You know, Governor Kasich, I don't know if he's wrapped all that tightly. He did an interview this morning on NBC, and I'm going to play the whole interview that he did. And to me, he sounds like a flippin' idiot. I mean, he basically is no longer, quote unquote, campaigning. He gets asked straight out questions, and he dances around the answers. I mean, it's clear that he and Cruz basically are colluding. So, what he needs to do is just in plain English, tell all of his supporters that he wants all of them to vote for Ted Cruz, or he needs to tell them that they need to vote for him. This fool is not saying anything. Here's the interview, and then you figure it out for yourself.
Governor Kasich, nice to talk to you. Good morning.
Good morning to you guys.
I don't usually start an interview by saying I'm confused, but I'm confused. When I talked to you a month ago, after the Ohio win, after your Ohio win, I asked you if you would consider moving forward, coordinating with the Cruz campaign to stop Donald Trump from reaching 1237 delegates. You said to me, I'm out there running to be president. I'm not out to stop Donald Trump or anybody else. Now we hear of this deal between your campaign and the Cruz campaign. So did reality or the calendar simply catch up with you?
Well, first of all, I'm not out to stop Donald Trump. I'm out to stop Hillary Clinton. And we know this, Donald Trump has zero chance of being able to beat Hillary Clinton. He loses in every single poll. I win in every single poll.
But there is a deal in place between your campaign and the Cruz campaign.
I understand. It's a matter of resources. There are look, in a political campaign, Matt, you got to be in a position of where you husband your resources to apply them where you think you have the best chance. And the fact is, I don't have unlimited resources. And the fact is, it's just like in Wisconsin, where I applied very few resources. So the fact is, the teams came together and said, okay, with the resources that we have, where would you like to compete? Where would we like
to Governor
compete?
Kasich, it's Savannah here. There is still some confusion, though, because we have Ted Cruz telling your supporters in Indiana, vote for me. We have you saying to those who support you in Indiana, vote for me. So what's the bottom line? Are you telling Indiana voters, if you want to stop Trump, you should vote for Cruz, don't vote for me?
No, what I'm telling people I'm not telling anybody anything in Indiana because I'm not campaigning in Indiana.
That is such bullshit. So if you're not campaigning in Indiana, people, you still are a candidate. So you need to say something. Either you're running or you're not. If you're running, your people want to vote for you, you need to tell them to vote for you. Or if there's some Mickey Mouse deal going on, which there is obviously because of the collusion, then you need to let people know what the game plan is.
Tell voters what to do. Voters are smart enough to figure out what they want to do.
But then what's the point? Because you're telling, this is this grand strategy. It's not really a time for subtlety.
Listen, you guys are the ones that are confused and upset. We're not. I mean, the fact of the matter is I'm going to be going on Thursday to Oregon. Ted Cruz is not going to Oregon. He may be in Indiana. I'm not going to Indiana. I'm not spending resources there. I'm not going on television.
But Governor,
that's just the way it goes.
Just to be clear, though, if all of your supporters still vote for you in Indiana, and then the Cruz supporters vote for Cruz, then Trump will win, and what is the point of this deal?
I think you're having a hard time figuring this out.
I am.
Just take it. Look, I'm not. We're not. You may be, but we're not. The fact of the matter is, I'm not over there doing town halls. I'm not over there running television ads. But we'll see how it all turns out. I think you'll understand that when somebody's not over there campaigning and putting effort in and spending money on television, look, you guys are too hung up on process. Here's the bottom line. The bottom line is Donald Trump cannot beat Hillary Clinton. If we don't beat Hillary Clinton, the Republican Party is going to give up the Supreme Court. We're going to lose the United States Senate. All the surveys indicated.
Right.
I'm in this thing to be elected president. And the fact is, We are going to go to an open convention where people are going to consider who is it that has the record of creating jobs and giving hope to families, and who is it that can beat Hillary Clinton.
And just,
plain and simple.
And just so we can end on a plain and simple note, the people in Indiana who are watching this program right now, your message come primary day there is to vote for.
Look, I'm not getting into that, Matt. I'm not. Things are not so plain and simple. I don't tell my voters what to do. First of all, I don't have voters. There are people who live in Indiana who will have to make the conclusion. Is John Kasich over here voting, or if he's not? If I'm not there campaigning, I will get fewer votes than if I were over there campaigning. The same way that Ted Cruz will get fewer votes in Oregon if he's not there. I don't understand what the big deal is about this, other than the fact that he and I both would prefer to have an open convention where delegates can pick the person who can best defeat Hillary Clinton.
It's only confusing, Governor, because I've never heard a presidential candidate be unwilling to go on television and tell people in a given state, vote for me.
Listen, Matt, this whole business is about stopping Hillary Clinton from being president. I have laid out a strategy, and I have not told anybody to not vote for me. I'm just not there campaigning. And you know what? When you don't campaign in certain areas in any kind of a race, guess what? Your turnout goes down. I don't tell people how to vote. I am not in that state right now, but I will be in other states. And I will be at the convention, in a broken convention, trying to become president of the United States because I have the record and the capability to carry out the job and win in the fall.
Let us end on that, Governor. You're nice to spend time with us this morning. We appreciate it.
It's the best.
Thank you, Governor.
Kasich is a flippin' fool. He is a fool. The question wasn't that I'm not on TV, etc. The question was, this show has viewers from the state of Indiana. What is your message to the people of Indiana? So basically he's saying he doesn't have one. It's never going to work because even the people that they interviewed, Kasich voters are going to vote for Kasich. It's a week, okay, and maybe the numbers might go down slightly for the people who, basically figure it out and want to go along with it. But this guy is a fool. If you want your voters, the people who haven't already voted, to go in and to support Cruz in order to defeat Donald Trump in Indiana, you need to say so. And if you say anything other than that, then this bullshit collusion that you're doing is basically not going to work, which makes you and Ted Cruz look like even bigger fucking idiots than both of you already are. Jesus, so he'll never make it, thank God, because this guy becoming president of the United States reminds me of Bush. And, Bush was a big idiot, but, this guy makes Bush look like a Rhodes Scholar. Jesus.